Welcome back to another episode of the Real Teachers of Atlanta. I am Nikki.
I'm Joya.
I'm Ty.
And today we are going to be talking about inappropriate teacher behaviors.
What Mario say? I can't wait for you to break my head. Come on and break my back in my.
So let's get into it. Oh, that's your line. Go ahead and say it.
Yes.
You gotta say it.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
All right.
We got the queens in the house, y'all. Real teachers of Atlanta.
Hi, I'm Mrs. P. Smith, the Mama Bear at school, your favorite ELA and SPED teacher, but always teaching my students about business.
I'm Miss Rose, commonly known as the snarky teacher, always ready with the good candy. The kids say I'm their favorite math teacher.
After school, it's lights, camera, action. During school hours, it's Miss Carter, the life science teacher saving lives.
We got the queens in the house, y'all. Real teachers of Atlanta.
So let's just back up. Let's back up.
He's getting his hair taken down.
So there was a teacher recently that is quite popular on TikTok and Instagram, has great relationships with his students.
Yes.
He's that alternative teacher. You know, he teaches unconventionally.
Sure.
Okay. He was in class. I'm assuming the kids were done with their work.
Yes, they were done with testing. They
They had been testing. The kids were done, and he needed to have his braids taken down.
And the girls wanted to do it. They wanted to take it down.
And he has great relationships with his students, you know, and it just went viral.
Because now he has had multiple videos go viral of his teaching style and his relationship with the students. So it wasn't like we haven't seen him before. Like he's got plenty of followers. Like he's pretty popular. But
I've never seen him before.
You've never him. We're friends on TikTok. I love him.
I followed his page because he does like a dual English and French type of classroom. So I thought that was really cool because I speak French and I've never really seen too many teachers that do that type of thing. Yes. So I love his curriculum. And then it just kind of with the teacher braiding, I mean, with the kids.
Speaks French.
He does. Yeah. So it's really cool.
But he's had other videos that, in my opinion, I would not have done in my classroom.
Okay?
But just some of his interactions with the kids, like they're often behind his desk, like on film. It's just, you could tell that they're very close. Now, I have never seen him do anything that I would say is disrespectful or that crosses the line at all. I can see, though, how people outside of education, parents, others, could perceive that relationship or those relationships to be. I can see that. Me personally, I didn't find it offensive, but I also wouldn't have done it. If that makes sense. Like I didn't like kids behind my desk, and I would not record that much of my students either. But I do know that I'll say what he has made public is that he has permission from the parents of the students for them to be on camera. The parents are all aware, and we're actually disappointed with the school district's decision to terminate him.
So did they terminate him?
He's been terminated from everything that I've seen has said he's been terminated. His post, I don't know if he has not posted anymore. So for a minute. So I'm assuming I didn't see him post after he got fired.
He's been posting.
Oh, girl, every single day.
He's been posting because he is, you know.
He's livid.
I have seen that. Okay, so I was going to say, I've only seen him talk about that. Okay, so.
And he's trying to bring other teachers down. He's trying
I might have missed that.
Yes.
Let's talk about, let's go ahead.
So he was showing where there was another teacher of course, different.
He was Caucasian.
With the bedazzle. Okay, I saw that. I said
the what?
Yeah, so another teacher, a white male teacher.
Okay.
Had allowed his students during the same thing after testing or whatever they were doing, class over, to bedazzle his bald. He was bald, so they bedazzled his skull.
Oh, and so he was
saying
he
it's
was
the
trying
same
to make
thing.
a comparison. And then there's another video where the lady, which was very unprofessional, showing her backside. and asking, do we think the kids are looking at her? I didn't.
Wait, what?
I saw that on Twitter.
That?
I did. I saw that, or not
I
Twitter.
didn't
What's
see
it called?
that.
X. Yes, I did see that. The lady took a picture of herself. She was like
her
this.
backside.
Took a picture of the back, and then was like,
her
"Do you
booty.
think my students?"
She had on like some tight fitting pants.
It was a little too much. It was a little too much.
She had the leg.
Okay, that's predatory. But
she posted it to Twitter, right? It was on Twitter.
Well, he shared it on his page. He was doing a video and making some, he was doing a little compare and contrast to his situation to theirs.
See, I saw it on Twitter, so I feel like that just shows how quickly this stuff spreads because that's where I saw it. I didn't see it on IG yet, but I did see it on Twitter.
So why are people coming for him instead of the teacher that was getting his head bedazzled?
So I think that has been the point is when, okay, let's just be frank. When it's us, it's always seen as worse than like, oh, this white male teacher, it's fine.
Or maybe they thought they were just kind of just playing around with him, like it was something that wasn't so personal. Like they were just bedazzling his head.
They were just taking down his braids.
Right.
I think the school district only fired him because it's the pushback they got from social media.
Agreed.
Right.
I think if people weren't demanding as they were, I don't believe that they would have fired him, which, I don't think he should have been terminated if he was this great teacher as you have expounded on. Mm-hmm. I don't think he should have been fired. I think, yes, it was very unprofessional for them to be doing hair in the classroom. That's with anybody. That's with my students. Don't do your hair in class.
Right.
So, yes, it's very unprofessional for a teacher to have students, playing in their hair.
And I think he's made that known, that he said it was unprofessional. Like he took responsibility for it.
Yes.
But losing his job.
I think that was too far.
I think it was a bit extreme.
Well, they say they want us to make, build relationships with the students. So what does that, I think the district's idea of building relationships is not the reality. Because with these kids, building relationships for some of them is knowing the latest TikTok dance. And this is not all students, but it's relating to them in a way that builds that relationship with certain students.
Well, let us come to play dress up.
Well, okay, but I don't disagree, but I would like to say I think that you have a point. But when we talk about building relationships,
dress up.
We're not. But building a relationship in one race, culture, whatever, is gonna look different than in another. A way that as African Americans, as Black folks, we build community, or we do a lot surrounding our hair and grooming. Now, I'm not saying that he should have been doing it in the classroom, but that is part of what we do, right? We do hair. Come, go to a friend's house, let them do your hair. I've been to places, like where me and my friends would get together and fix up each other's hair. That's something that we've done. Now, again, I understand it's the classroom is different, right. But if we're just speaking in general terms, I could see how for Black students, they do each other's hair all the time. Now I want to do my teacher's hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas for white students, I can't see that as like a...
No, that's not a thing.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
We're speaking in general.
Generally, right.
I think he set the tone for his classroom to allow for that to be, like you said, that they're behind his desk, or maybe... I know one video, he said one of his students wanted to become a manicurist, I guess. She wanted to get into that.
To do a nail tech. Yep.
Right, to be a nail tech and get into that type of field.
His nails before.
Right. So, I mean, he has, obviously, that's set the tone of his classroom, where it's very loose. I don't know what his discipline is like. I'm pretty sure the kids, when they come in, they're sitting down, they're doing their work. Because if a kid likes you, they're going to do the work that you give them.
So what kind of school is it? It's not a beauty school.
No, it's a regular.
No, it's a regular school. I think it might be I don't know if it's a charter school, or I saw the kids have on polo. So I don't know.
But a lot of schools, a lot of public schools have uniforms too.
So
but I do now. My understanding was that his test scores and his students do perform on the higher end for their area and for their district. So he is making a marked improvement for the district. Like he makes a statement, right? Like they know that his standards are high That's what I do from what I've read and gathered. So I am curious why we just, instead of terminating him, why we just didn't do like a little, like, a little pip.
And I guess it depends on, the school as well. Because evidently, if he has all these videos and this is something that he's been accustomed to doing.
He has lots of videos.
Why all of a sudden, I'll let you go now. Again, it's the pushback from the social media. Social media is a powerful thing now.
Yeah.
It's the political system.
I think he's probably, and this is just my opinion, but I think his unconventional teaching has been on the radar for a long time. And this was just kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. I think.
I can see that.
I'm all for unconventional teaching because it's 2024. You have to be unconventional now.
Right.
I mean, doing hair, maybe it can be a class or something offered. I know a school that I taught at for one of their I guess like clubs.
You mean the school where we used to teach?
Why do you do this to me?
Yeah, I made a donation to that.
They did have clubs.
They had clubs.
They sure did.
And they had what the kids were doing like beauty school.
Yes, they liked
makeup,
cosmetology.
Nail technician. Mm-hmm.
So maybe that is something that he can offer, or if he's fired now,
right?
But maybe that's a program he could have put in place at the school, since this is something that he seems to highlight very much.
The school where I had seen y'all at, where we just so happened to bump into each other.
Just walking down the hall.
Taught at the same school. Anyway,
it's a hard point to get past. The reality is, should he have been doing it? I don't think that any of us disagree that he should not. Like, I feel like we all on the same page. He shouldn't have been doing it. He should. I'm sorry. If you're gonna do it, don't record it.
Well, teachers are recording everything now.
Agreed. But so I'll ask this question: are they recording too much?
They recording everything, but them.
But them kids get.
I want to crawl under the table.
That's what we need to be putting.
That's not being recorded.
Can I go now?
I don't know what this word means. Sight words.
Can't even sound it out.
I want to go.
Cats.
That's what we.
Dog. That's not being recorded.
It's
not.
Don't worry about it.
Two.
Make a sentence.
Oh, Jesus.
Right.
Okay.
Now, and the school had the nerve, like I said, what he did was very, as y'all are saying, unconventional. I don't agree with doing hair at the school. He did it. I don't think he should have been fired. Teachers are coming very far and few.
Okay.
I think they jumped the gun.
I do.
Because it's hard to get paid.
Well,
now I might well go apply.
Not at all.
That's for
Not
my,
at all.
my fur baby.
Not at all. Well, we can get Shadow to go in there.
So
that's two classes covered.
That's two classes covered.
Two classes. We try to help. We try to help.
Well, the point we're trying to make, we still have a teacher shortage.
A very real
We do
shortage.
have a teacher shortage.
So I don't think they, have room enough to be trying to go off and find a teacher because he got his hair braided. He was on his Mario.
He was.
Listen.
He's a black male teacher, and I think with black men, they are seen a lot as predators.
Mm.
And when you have girls that may want to go to the male teacher's classroom, male teachers have to be very, very careful with young girls, because it could be that they get very comfortable with the male teacher.
True.
And they could start liking the male teacher. Now, the male teacher, and I'm not saying this is what happened in his situation, because it was according to him, and what I've seen in his video is very student
You
teacher.
can tell us.
He's not trying to be romantically involved.
Correct. You
with
can
these
see
students
that
at all. But that's how they paint black men as being, these predatory monsters. And we have to stop accusing Black men as being these people or these individuals that are always preying on young girls, because that's not the case.
Even statistically speaking, that is not the case.
Statistically speaking, it's not. Statistically speaking, there is another community that typically commits those types of crimes.
The bedazzled bald head.
And I know that for sure. I didn't like that either. I was looking through some of the comments that people were making and talking about, you know, how intimate that was. I never knew that getting your hair done was an intimate setting, because I mean, I love getting my hair done, and I'm not trying to be intimate with my loctician. But I do like the fact that he said something about that he is a big brother to some of the kids, that he serves as a dad for some of those students. And honestly, a lot of men in our schools have, you know, been put in that mentor position to be there, because there's so many of our kids that don't have, you know, that face, that mentor, that person in their life. And it's a, you know, a sad situation that he's been removed from those kids that benefited from him. You know, I think it's a lose-lose situation.
I was going to say, I wonder, my thing is, I feel like one thing I haven't seen is what the parents have had to say about it. I know that I've seen a few things about, like, quotes from the students, how the students, they really, I mean, for one, it's the end of the school year. For two, you're taking someone, to your point, that is making a big impact in their lives. And let's just keep it a bug.
They
like,
don't care.
The kids loved him, though. And I feel like that, you know, that does matter. It matters
to
us,
but to the county, it doesn't.
Correct. But that's what I'm saying. But who are we teaching? Right? It matters to the people that were directly. So on one side, from the top down, it's make an impact, build relationships, be present, be part of the community, build this, do that. And then when you do that, like, take away that, okay, they were braiding in hair. Take that image out. And what was his real impact in that classroom? Was he really fulfilling all the obligations, going above and beyond? He's doing his outside
your
of
stakeholders.
that.
Who are your stakeholders?
But who is my customer?
That's not. But see, that would be the thing to do if you had integrity. If the system was righteous. Okay. But it isn't, because look at our situation. Yeah. Now, we have a podcast. Yep. We're not speaking about anybody in particular. We're talking about the school, and they pulled both of us out of the classroom. Our scores were great. We had great relationships with the students. Wonderful. I had a whole garden that I was building up for. None of that mattered. Right. It's how the principal felt about what we were talking about. And they snatched us out of the classroom.
And our kids are looking for us. And, you know, just to stay on that topic, you know, we tried to do good things. True. I mean, not saying that, you know, what we didn't do for us, the podcast is not a great thing, but when you, I lost my train of thought. Let me get back to it. You're going to have to cut that. No, I was saying, you know, getting to know who your community is, learning who your community is, building those relationships. That's what, you know, if there were many things that I brought to the then principal that I was under. I had a team of people that were coming to the school to do free haircuts, free hairstyles, shunned upon it. You know, there was a time that I wanted to do free resume writing for the parents, shunned upon it. So there was different opportunities that I tried to present that were free.
Yeah, I tried to do a college
None of these services.
Nope. That's because you were doing it.
Right.
Correct.
That's not... And see, that's the thing. And this is not all administrators, but a lot of administrators have a huge ego. You are a teacher. It's like, they want you to have the scores. They want you to have relationships. But when the stakeholders, when the community looks at it, they want the principal to be seen as the star, not you.
Well, some of us don't care who's recognition.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm doing this for the students. I'm doing this because I know who my students or knew who my students were.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because see, when I tried to do the college fair, I was told no. Same thing.
No.
No, right, because it's not what...
Or we'll put it on the list. That's a good idea.
So to bring the point, when teachers do try to do positive things, they're often shunned upon. So when you see things like this, not to say he's did anything negative, unprofessional. Yes, I give that to him. But he's done all these great things for your school.
Yeah.
And he made one mistake in your eyes. And this is what you do?
Yeah.
Where's his support?
But okay, I'm glad you said it. We have talked in numerous episodes where we have said, do your 8, escape. Because at the end of the day, they do not care about you.
All that work you said he been on IG.
Ooh, he been putting in work. The man does
French to English.
He does a dual language program.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And now those kids are getting that.
Bye French.
Au revoir. A plus tard.
How you say peace out? And they put them out.
We got you. Don't worry about it, Ro.
No, I don't do that one.
Adios, amigo.
That's all I got. Adios. But yeah, I just feel like the people that are directly impacted were not considered. But that's always the case.
Are they ever?
No.
That's the
issue. Why aren't they ever? Why do we stop at, to your point, the egos of leadership? Why is that more important than the needs of the students? Why?
Maybe that will explain why AI will be teaching your children in the next 5 or 6 years.
Or Shadow and
Shadow, Nala, and Bishop.
Yeah, Shadow, Nala, and Bishop.
The whole crew.
Yep, and AI.
You definitely don't want Bishop in the classroom.
You sure don't.
Baby, Shadow in the class, all he got for you is gym class. Shadow gonna be like, let me teach y'all how to hug. And for y'all that's confused, Shadow is my husky. And Bishop and Nala are your, what are they? What kind of dog are they?
Pit bulls.
Pit bulls. They're so sweet though.
So what you trying to say? That stereotype for my dog?
No, people always think that pit bulls are mean, but your dog is so cute
big
and
babies.
sweet. See what I'm saying?
Oh.
Our bad.
Oh, my bad. Okay, let's get back to it.
Well,
teachers will be out of the classroom because obviously you don't want them there.
Yeah.
One infraction. I feel like we need to really
get chance after 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 chance
and a Coke.
Oh, they gonna get that. They gonna get that Coke and chips
and a smile.
Oh, they gonna get that little piece of Starburst.
Don't worry about it.
The pink kind.
Back to the classroom.
And there you go.
I done seen students on IG slapping the dog piss.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I saw that too. That was sickening.
I almost slapped the wig off.
Broke the leg last year.
Law and Order background. Back in the class, no suspension.
Yep. The girl that broke the leg last year.
Broke the leg.
I saw that.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna have to be like the sub.
Yep. Oh, what's the one that shot the teacher?
With the draws
with the draws.
I ain't trying to shoot.
No, the kid that shot the teacher. What was that? 2 years ago. He shot the teacher. He bad. Ain't no consequence.
You talking about which one?
The little boy that shot that teacher.
He is not back at school.
Okay.
I wouldn't doubt it.
That is insane.
But she fighting for,
as she should.
Why? Why does she need to fight? Why was that in this? Anyway.
I done seen teachers get spit on.
Slapped,
I done seen
car key.
I done had paper thrown as towards my way. I done heard, so much profanity come out of these little kids' mouth and things you wouldn't dare believe they say. Listen.
Not my child.
Back in the class. Can't even write a referral.
Nope.
The standard of teachers and the value of teachers is so low that when we get to a place, I think as educators, when we understand that, I think that then when we rally together and we start talking about certain things, it will begin to change. But teachers, for the most part, and this isn't at every school, but you're disposable.
I think it is at every school. You are highly disposable.
You're in a teacher shortage, and you would rather get rid of a teacher
good teacher.
And you can tell that he genuinely loves his kids. Like when he did the pod, or not his pod, well, not a podcast, but he was speaking on his social media, like he was visibly upset. Mm-hmm. Like he was really hurt about that
because he loved that job
and they love him.
Those kids.
He is their stability.
I still want to understand where were the parents considered and where were the kids considered. I still have yet to see that, and I feel like the parents and the kids are the ones that represent the community. The school board people get to sit up in their big house on the other side of the district. Mm-hmm. And look down. You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't live there. And they don't understand the impact of having this teacher there. And I feel like, again, I don't think that we're disagreeing on whether what he did was appropriate or inappropriate. But what he looks like, it would have been, the guy that got his head bedazzled, that was inappropriate. So if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. If he was fired, then the lady that was with her backside, she need to be fired. Because that's the most predatory thing I've seen. Why are you asking the kids? I don't even understand that. The other lady that got her hair braided in the classroom, let the kids do her hair, need to be fired. Teachers doing hair, if we're saying that he needs to be fired, that anybody doing that kind of behavior, the guy getting his head bedazzled, he should have been fired because there are pictures and videos of him doing the same thing. I don't make the rule, you know what I'm saying? Don't make the rule for one and it's not for everybody else. Right. You know what I'm saying? I always go back to that little song. It's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it. Mm.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day.
The day gotta end. To quote Glow.
They gotta end. But this goes back to show you what we've always talked about. Who is supporting the teacher?
Nobody. Teachers.
Their teacher. Again, did all these great things.
Yeah, he did.
And one incident got that teacher out the door. Mm-hmm. But you got the same administrators, the same principals, whatever the case, same administrators or what have you.
Doing the same board job.
You know, he probably going beyond. Working late.
He's going above and beyond.
Oh, you can tell he's
working
doing
late,
showing up
late hours, doing the extra, probably, working till he sweat. Mm-hmm. He out the door.
Yeah, that's what they want. I know, Joy, I think you said this before, that this is intentional. It's an intentional removal of the good teachers, intentionally pushing them out. The more and more we see, the more and more I agree with that it's intentional. I don't think that it's something that is just happen chance. Oh, we got him. Get him out.
Yeah, they've been wanting him out the door for a while, I think.
think so, too. I wonder. So? Mm-hmm. I think so, too. Because his social media accounts are big.
They've been wanting him out the door for a while.
He's been showcasing what he's doing. I feel like that's true. He's been showcasing a lot. And though I don't think that he's done a ton of stuff that's inappropriate, I think that they were looking for something and he gave it to them.
If you take a person like him and he goes and opens up his own school, it's over.
They going.
It's a lot of people talking about, you need to, bro, let it go. You need to quit trying to ride this 15-minute fame that you done got.
Well, if you're not an instructor or a teacher, then you need to probably stop talking.
Well, that's
on a lot of things.
On a lot of things.
On a lot of stuff.
Just stop.
A whole lot of folks.
They always in the comments.
Even with no back stop.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Please.
Ain't never been in the classroom and got so much to say.
Yeah. I almost told somebody, what your mom?
Oh, Lord.
I almost went the other day.
You almost did.
I feel like we should have a day.
Y'all.
I'm so glad.
Somebody said something about, are those teachers or something? They said, I want to say it's your mama. But I digress.
Don't worry about me. I might have laughed. Because I've seen a few comments that had me like, okay.
Y'all better be so glad for Miss Carter. Because Rose is with it.
Show them.
Y'all really are, both of you.
Listen, you got to get the people what they want.
You all are. I be looking, I'm like, oh my God, did they say this?
I pull back a lot.
Yes.
Both of you.
There's been times where I want to just log out, come as myself.
I do it. I do that. Well, y'all see?
Come on,
Nikki
the comments.
I am Nikki D. That's me. Ready to jump in it. That's why I had to log out. They push the button.
They do be doing
You came to our house.
Thank you.
That's very true.
There you go. That's true.
So when you come to my house, I can do what I want.
Well, I want you all to be
Georgia.
Who you want to be.
Who God called us to be.
Who God called both of you to be.
I'm trying real hard.
Thank you. And on that note.
Well, thank you for watching another episode of The Real Teachers of Atlanta. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X. We're not on X. We're not on X. Maybe one day. Who knows?
Maybe.
Please make sure that you like and subscribe. We would love to see what your comments are. We have these two lovely ladies. They are both water signs and they do not play.
Is that what it is?
Yes, that's what it is.
And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube.
Make sure you watch
the whole thing.
The whole episode.
I thought I was closing this out.
Oh, our bad. Go ahead.
Bye.
We are a whole mess.
If you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more content like this, please remember to subscribe and follow us at Real Teachers of Atlanta.
We got the queens in the house, y'all.